the song for the day. Yeah, February flows, forever flows, 2026, a Wolf and Castle joint. AG Dynasty cooked up a beat for us that went crazy.
I wanted to throw a Wolf and Castro.
Zay because popped up in the building.
Yes, sir.
So we just here, go and talk, just talk the talk, see what's going on, rap about whatever is popping up. They got an event this Saturday. Gang and them pop up in Atlanta. So, that's definitely something on the radar for y'all to keep in mind. But yeah, other than that, we're going to give it a little second, give people an opportunity to trickle into the live stream wherever y'all are finding yourselves this wonderful evening. Yeah, so what's new with y'all? Y'all just want to say what's new, what's going on in life? Yeah.
Dude, I think.
Hey man, go check out the Tiny Desk and send it to him, man. Tag them in that shit.
Oh yeah, he did a Tiny Desk. He trying.
Yeah, say because did a Tiny Desk for sure.
Well, I ain't do a Tiny Desk. Well, the audition.
The Tiny Desk audition, but still very cool. All the same.
Get picked. So when do they pick?
May.
Oh, okay. They pick
until May.
So how do they pick? Was it like a voting process?
No idea. They just said keep watching the email.
Sheesh.
Okay, so
that's interesting.
No, definitely go check out his YouTube channel, Zay because ZAY space BCUZ because
there's gonna be a lot of backlog. I gotta get better at posting on there.
You got some dope stuff on there.
Yeah.
We both, Zay and I both made music together. We got an album together too.
We got to celebrate the anniversary.
Oh yeah, 2-year anniversary, I guess.
Yeah. 2-year anniversary project.
1 year of the deluxe, but 2 year of the original.
Yep. So definitely check that out.
I don't know what I just did.
Very Atlanta, very old Atlanta, new Atlanta, and at least in my opinion.
Very thematic too. It's like
yeah.
Imagine Space Jam came to life as an album. That's how it reminds me.
That's
of Space
an interesting
Jam
feeling.
Space Jam, okay.
Yeah.
I could hear that. He's got that vibe. He got that vibe.
And then it's called March Madness, so it's for the tournament and stuff. But
before you got here, it's crazy. The chat was like, they saw Sean, they saw Wildenfree get on, and they were like, Wolf and Castle.
Yeah.
They just question mark Wolf and Castle.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling.
What up, Zay
was because Zay was the one asking us.
Yeah.
Like Sean, Zay was the one asking us. He was like,
yeah,
where's Wolf and Castle 3?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know.
They did pop up asking about it.
Well, look, it's like AG's on this run, right? So he's about to drop the third, because we realized he did, was it POA, which is Pyramids of Atlanta? He did DOA,
yeah,
and then he's about to do like another OA. What was it?
But so it was the one that said that shit. He was like, you
gotta
do another OA.
He's gotta do another OA because that's the third installment. It's the year of his Trinity. So it's like
oh my God.
Out of Body 3,
Trinity,
Wolf of Castle 3,
right,
and then the third installment of OA.
I don't know about the OA part. We'll workshop that.
He's like, we'll workshop that.
But maybe Wolf and Castle 3, yeah.
So. Word.
Maybe EOA in the ball.
I mean, there was one track.
We just in here talking to talk. We just chopping it up, bro.
Track, like, so I showed him that no question track that I showed.
Sandy Songs, how you feeling?
And so we might say that for Wolf and Castle.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That one was cold.
It's like watching movies to me, man. I'm like, that third Ocean's movie.
But even with this track, it might go Wolf and Castle.
Yeah. So this one. Hello from Ethiopia.
What's up, bro?
Is it Aklil? I hope I don't mispronounce your name.
My mom used to live there.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
AG's mom used to live in Ethiopia. So shout out to Ethiopia.
Yep.
We love it. How you feeling over there? How's life?
Back over there so bad. I did not want to come here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Stay in Abu Dhabi.
Cam tuned in. Hey, we chilling. We chilling, bro. Yeah, that's how I felt when I went to Japan. I ain't gonna lie to you. And any travel away from America makes me feel like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't had enough international travel. I would love to. Oh, well. I was about to say I would love to visit Ethiopia, but I had just asked, "Oh, how's it going over in Ethiopia?" And they responded, "Bad."
Yeah,
so,
no, they're going through like a couple.
Yeah.
I think with famine and stuff. So.
Oh no, y'all! Is it a famine currently?
That's what I heard.
How can we not get them food?
Oh, nice. Cam is working on that beat. Oh, I'm looking forward to it, bro. Definitely. We still got technically 2 more days, Thursday and Friday in the February Flow series, man. So you can lock it down for one of these closing days, man. That'll take a little bit of pressure off my shoulders too. You already know how it is.
Yeah, no, we.
Yeah.
And I should be here Friday, so.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
so.
Well, hey. Well, there you go. We
I will be contingent because
locked it off.
DJing Friday at 7.
Well.
So I will wait. I will map it out because I get off at 4 earliest, 5 latest.
Yeah.
If I get off at 5, I know it would be pointless. Because by the time
it would be pointless.
It'll
Cleo, why do you say bad? Could you help explain the situation a little bit? So I'm currently ignorant and I don't want to remain ignorant. So explain the situation to me. What's happening over there in Ethiopia? Appreciate you tuning in on YouTube, by the way. Bad politics, tribalism. Yeah, well,
Sounds familiar.
Sound familiar.
Feel like everybody's.
I was about to say that, but yeah, not to yeah, like we laugh to keep from crying in a way because the way America is, I definitely understand where you're coming from. I can only imagine that the severity of your situation is likely worse than what we are currently experiencing.
Yeah.
But the sentiment is one that is truly felt. So, yeah. Yeah, I definitely hope that things turn around for you all. Tribalism is a weird challenge in an era of interconnectedness, right? Where like everybody is connected in some way, shape, form, or fashion on the internet. Mm-hmm. And I actually watched this video about it, which was kind of fascinating to me, where it's like, ironically, the absence of tribalism is kind of what is creating more challenges, right? Like, humans have evolved through tribalism, and even in the early eras of the internet, there was tribalism, but like it was a meaningful tribalism in the sense that you went into the community spaces and the niches where you felt comfortable, right? And you thrived there. But then when the internet started to get all of everyone on a singular platform, or all of everyone on the same few platforms, right? Then you kind of get that cacophony. You get the noise of everyone's opinion and everyone's thoughts and perspectives, and even those who existed outside of what you would have regularly chose as your tribe, right? And so now the weight of all of that perspective and that the noise of the world starts to weigh on us, right? And yeah, it makes us reflect on our own tribes and our own communities of choices with a sense of criticism, right? That we have to learn to navigate. But yeah, amazing aviation, though, you say, huh? Number 1 in all of Africa. That's a beautiful thing, because I heard that where was it? Burkina Faso. What's his name? Ibrahim Traore. Oh yeah.
I know.
Hello from France, Lillian. Lillian from France. I was actually about to bring y'all up.
I know exactly what you was about to say. That's the crazy.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. No, but honestly, that's the beautiful thing about scenarios like this, right? Like, to be able to live stream. And it is to the point that I was just making, right? Because here I am speaking to that aspect of tribalism and then branching out of tribes and being in this very interconnected conversation, right? And so we have Ethiopia in the building. We have France in the building. We have Arizona in the building, right? We here in Atlanta, right? My boy Cam is tuned in Florida, right? So this is just the beginning of a very interconnected conversation. Hello from Antarctica. What's up? We love that, right? La baguette, right? Peace and blessings. Crazy. Yo, what up? E for amazing. How you spell amazing with an E? I'm just kidding. Fatality. What up? Peace and blessings. Flying Brian. Yeah, word from Italy. What up? Giovanni Maria. Indeed, peace and blessings. And so, yes, we're here. We're having a conversation, right? And it's a bit interconnected, as we can see, right? I can only imagine what the culture and the climate and the politics are in Italy, in Antarctica, in Arizona. Wait a minute. Antarctica?
That's what I said. I was like, Antarctica.
Wait a minute.
On the froze.
Right?
On the froze.
Hello there, acres of movies. Hello there, Stacy. Hello and thanks. By Monkey, very black.
They got some power.
Are you saying
over there, but
Bay Monkey as a different language, or are you trying to spell something? Mester Wood Black. I don't know what you're trying to say, Fatality. Mester Black, very don't. Okay, I'll work with it. Okay, to say I love you in French, Jaime, is it Jaime or Jaime? Jaime.
It's your time, probably.
There's no T in it. Jaime.
Probably a conjugation. What are they called?
A for amazing. I asked, where's the E in amazing? And he changed his username to A for amazing. I love it. That's priceless. And then subscribed. We appreciate you.
Hey man, you teach me.
Right?
The word.
Jaime les collier? I don't know how to say it. Oh yeah, Stacy, you remember the theremin? She popped in on another live stream, and I showed her the theremin that I got. Oh, I actually own one of these things, and it's got like a really weird but I haven't used it. Okay, well, Lillian, you made me say some craziness on the mic. I'm not reading your French ever again. Anyway, yeah, no. So as I was bringing up before, I don't know if Aklil is still in the building, or Ethiopia is still in the building, or anywhere in Africa is still in the building. But I was bringing up what Ibrahim has been doing lately. Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, and he had just like pushed out all of France. Like French, the French had like heavy influence there, colonialism to a heavy extent, and then he was just like, yeah, nah, we not doing that no more. Yeah, it was fire. You know what I'm saying? It was big respect. So, yeah, tribalism became replaced by aggressive. Were you meaning to say algorithms? Oh, thank you, dude. You are too well spoken and with nice audio for random live shorts. No, I appreciate that, Giovanni Maria.
I get it. Like, imagine just stumbling upon this.
Yeah, you just stumble across a good conversation. I appreciate that. Okay. Oh, so Aklil, this is in Ethiopia, right? So 83 ethnic groups, 85 languages, more than 200 animal species. Okay, I love the animal breakdown. 837 bird species. Okay, word. The origin of the Blue Nile River, the birthplace of coffee. Wait, so y'all calendar is in 2017 right now? That's intriguing to me. And I feel like I've heard that statement before, where y'all are operating on a different calendar. I mean, like, naturally y'all are still synchronized in time with us, but y'all calendar is just in a different date.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's 2017 for y'all. It's 2025 for us. So yeah, very fascinating there. Definitely. I'm changing it. You can change it back to E for amazing. I see what you did there. E for amazing. Yeah, go for it. I love it. You did a good job there. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like honestly, that's a richness of culture that you've just described there, Aklil. So yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I to your point, right? Like the challenges of political differentiation and tribalism, right? Like with 83 different ethnic groups and 85 languages, I can only imagine the kinds of challenges that can arise in such a different, uh, not just different, but like congested cultural climate. Like that's a lot happening in one place, right? And I'm not uh minimizing the size of Ethiopia, but just in general for one unified country to be speaking 85 languages and have 83 different ethnic groups. Like we here in America struggle with like maybe 4 or 5 major ethnic groups and 2 political parties, you know, like we be going through it with just that much. So I can only imagine how much 83 ethnic groups and 85 languages impact a country's ability to find cohesion. So yeah, I imagine it's a little bit of an uphill battle that y'all have from here, but I mean, I'm speaking it into existence that hopefully you all find a way. Hopefully, you know, somebody breaks through like the same way that Ibrahim Traore has been breaking through for Burkina Faso. And there's another leader that I can't remember. Maybe it was Niger or Ghana that has a very prominent leader who is kind of speaking and bringing a level of cohesion to the people, right? Because sometimes that's what it takes. And honestly, it's ironically a principle I learned from watching anime. Right?
Anime
Yeah, you
teacher.
can't. I'm on.
That was
I'm
yeah.
watching. I
That was
just
a
finished
curveball. Aztec Warrior,
Power
what up?
Invasion.
How many bodies do you have under your prison name?
Is it good?
Yeah,
I don't have a prison
Where you
name.
watch it?
I don't know what you mean
Netflix.
by that.
Oh,
Netflix is picking up like.
I ain't never been to
multi-anime.
jail, man.
okay.
Just because I'm black. That's racist. No.
Wait,
That's
what?
crazy. What did he say?
It said, how many bodies do you have under your prison name? Gosh.
Okay.
Right.
Whoa.
Yo, crazy.
Well,
Is
racy
this
there.
better? Sure, E4 amazing. That's dope, man. 1.3 million people killed in 1 year. That is,
Crazy.
ooh, Ethiopia. I see what you are speaking to. I see what you are speaking to. That's a lot. The thing about this life that I try to express to people is that we should be very, very grateful for the semblance of order that we get to experience. Because chaos is the norm. It is the fundamental. It is the state in which everything returns to, right? Like order is the dreidel spinning on its tip, finding a semblance of balance. But that dreidel always kicks off into some chaos, right?
You don't realize the privilege you have until it's completely gone.
Yeah, exactly. You don't realize the privilege you have until it's completely gone. And so, you know, there's a lot that you are expressing to us here about what's happening in Ethiopia, and I thank you for your transparency. That's heavy. I pray for your safety, and I pray for the safety of everyone else in Ethiopia. And I hope that you all find some way to have a meaningful resolution and hopefully a ceasefire amongst what seems to be internal strife and conflict. But, you know, the best I can say to you today is to just cherish this moment, cherish this day, give yourself this opportunity to find what makes joy in your life. And yeah, really cherish that. Real Joker, what up? Peace and blessings. Real with the numbers. R341. Real Joker. What up? I pray for you too, man. Or, I mean, I say that unambiguous. Yeah.
Non-gendered.
A non-gendered man is what I said. I pray for you as well. E4 amazing. You sound like Bob Marley. Thank you.
Fellow in it.
I don't know. When you say I sound like Bob Marley, do you mean like in the message or in my voice, the tone of my voice? But thank you. I guess it's a nice compliment. Civil War ethic ethnic-based federalism the main cause? Yeah. Civil war and ethnic-based federalism. Okay.
Marley's dad was white.
Yeah, no, a clip, huh?
I said I have to remember sometimes that they could have meant speech because Bob Marley's dad was like European white.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. He was
he could switch.
Full blown
code switch.
Yeah. Yeah, Cam, you are absolutely right, bro. Appreciate the simple things. It's a tough, yeah. Cam is sending you some love to Ethiopia. And pardon, I thought I had this the chat screen going too on this side. Hold on, let me see if I can add the chat in here as well on the vertical feed.
Are you streaming live to TikTok too?
No. Why am I not streaming live to? Oh, because you have to have a certain number of followers in order to do that.
If you are interested in doing it, it's a certain number of followers, but that's not all true. Jamor just unlocked his live, and he's doing this similar, but only exclusively on TikTok. But he can pull you into their, because what they do is they do like Clubhouse. When you're on their Clubhouse, that still counts as you live streaming. So if you do a certain amount of hours with other people that already have views, those views count as your views. And so the viewership also can unlock the live account.
Got you. Okay, that's interesting. Well, you learn something new every day, right? All right. Yeah, it's worth checking out.
Now I'd have to get Jamor to introduce it because I
dabble,
just but I know somebody that does.
Yeah, just keep me informed. I have no clue how to make sense of that stuff too, or the TikTok stuff. I've tried a couple of times, but TikTok is sometimes the bane of my existence.
Yeah, I understand.
Right? Bob Marley with a Bob Ross voice.
Whoa.
That's priceless.
You don't know him.
Yeah.
Dog, that's crazy.
Do you do reactions that get disrespectful? I mean, I don't. So this is this particular moment is new for me in regards to the dynamic of this current chat. Just talking to talk with y'all. I just started live streaming at the beginning of this month, and the reason I started live streaming is because I was creating a brand new song. I am creating a brand new song every single day for the month of February. And so we are on day 26. I wrapped a live session earlier that went from like 2 to 6 o'clock where we were creating a new song. AG Dynasty, who y'all see sitting right here, produced the beat. Zay Because right next to him, right? So we were, just working on some music a little bit earlier. I did the performance recording, and then I sent that out. And actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, I should definitely make the post as well with the video content.
Gotcha.
But that's what I've been up to. So I haven't been doing reactions per se, and as far as reacting to people's comments and that kind of thing, this is still also very new to me, So sometimes I might read something that I don't need to be reading, like Old Girl's French, which was vulgar in nature.
I don't need to know. Never mind.
I don't need to. Yeah.
don't even repeat.
But I'm still learning. I'm still getting the hang of it. There was one time I was in here chatting it up, and I think I've tried to restrict it to just 18 and up now. But a kid popped in here, and it was like, what was it? He said he was 15 at first, and I was just like, okay. And then he was like, okay, I'm actually 10, turning 11, and I'm like, okay.
What are you doing?
What are you doing here? And he was like, oh, like I took my brother's phone to be on the live stream. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to interact with you.
This new generation crazy.
But I was just like, okay, well, just, vibe, enjoy the live stream. Nothing too crazy, but just relax, enjoy the stream. Like, let me focus on the music. But like, he was like, oh, like, are you paying attention to my chats? And da-da-da. And then he started like cussing me out. Little 10-year-old told me to eat a dick. I was like, Jesus Christ!
These kids crazy.
It's like you evil little minion. What is going on with your life?
They gotta stay in school.
You're right. They gotta stay in school. But when the time is right, I would like you to visit my country. You would love it. Have a blessed night. Aklil. Peace and blessings. Would definitely appreciate visiting Ethiopia one day. But yeah, and part of my vulgar language, I am a human being, so sometimes I curse, but that happens. But yeah, E4 amazing. You are a kid. Okay, well just behave yourself. I don't know what else to say. Just
behave yourself, man.
Just behave yourself. Just don't.
Good guy.
Yeah, I'll do my best to be on my best behavior. I thought I restricted YouTube to being 18 and up too. I ain't gonna lie to you, but here we are. If you're a kid, your parents should put your parental guidance and restrictions on y'all devices. What's the fail-safe on it?
What's the fail-safe on that stuff? Like, how they check?
I don't. They don't check it enough ways. Honestly, I don't know. Real Joker, I appreciate you, dude. So there's a whole playlist that I have on my YouTube channel called FF25, where you can catch the recap of the February Flows performance recordings. And so if you would like to see all of the songs that I've created so far this month, definitely go check out the YouTube. It's like the second item on my channel. Like if you just scroll down, you'll see the playlist FF25. And there are 25 songs available for you to listen to. 25 going on 26 for today that are already available in that playlist for you to check out. So definitely check that out. If you like what you hear, please love bomb it with comments. I would greatly appreciate that. If you don't like it, let me know that as well. And if you really like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe, E4 amazing. Don't be too naughty, man. Be a good kid out here. Be a good human being, okay? Connor, what up? Peace and blessings. Hello, we are the three guys with an opinion. In the little uppercase and lowercase thing. The little...
Oh, he's doing the...
that little SpongeBob.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, okay, guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you, Connor. Chloe, what up? Peace and blessings, Chloe. It's been really cool following along with you with your song of the day. Love that you have been sharing the process behind the craft too. Thank you, Chloe. No, I really appreciate it. Your feedback has been amazing, and I'm just really grateful that you've tuned in. And thanks for being here during the live stream as well. E4 amazing. Why not? Why not be naughty? I can list way too many reasons. No, I am not Diddy's personal trainer.
What?
Does it look like I wear baby oil? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with
Cocoa butter guys.
Yeah, it's like that's hilarious. Aztec warrior troll. I need to stop interacting with trolls because they just come back. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what it is? Yeah. Sometimes it pricks our inner troll, and we know better.
Exactly.
But it's like
we know better, but you got to do better. E4 amazing. This is exactly my point, right? And you're right. I am a little naughty, as you can tell. I was interacting with trolls and giving in to the desire to be flagrant on the internet. And I shouldn't have done that. So I apologize, but also to take this as a lesson, okay? Be a good kid. And the reason you should be a good kid is because life gets hard for everyone. And you should be kind to your friends. You should be kind and understanding to your parents. You should be kind and understanding to the leaders in your life. And you will continue to be a student to life, right? You'll be learning every single day of your life. I'm still learning. I'm 33, still learning, right? So remain humble. Don't always move around life like you know everything, because life changes, and you just want to make sure that you are discerning. If you need to look the word up, you can look it up, but just be discerning in life, okay? Keep your head on a swivel. Don't be so gullible, right? Because being gullible and impressionable can leave you in a bad state, especially if you got, people around you that might want to bully you or anything like that. Stand your ground. Believe in what you believe in and stand by that. That's all I can say for now.
Also, at the same time, don't be a contrarian.
Yeah, at the same time, don't be a contrarian. As
don't
best
hate
you
just
can.
to hate.
Yeah, don't hate just to hate, right? Because it doesn't really get you anywhere. I ain't gonna lie to you. Real Joker, you say I got a crazy radio voice. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's the rapping, it's the rapping, okay. It's the MCing, the lyricism.
MC,
I was working on it time and time again. I've actually been, I took a public speaking course back in college, and then I also did like this paid course for like a journey to paid speaking gigs, right? So it's like I've had practice public speaking, but also it's mainly, I would say, the lyricism and the music that has got me in front of a mic, hearing my own voice and like just fine tuning it every now and then here and there. Like, so yeah, it's an art, it's a craft, but I appreciate the sentiment for sure.
Like the poet's path.
Yeah. That's all it is. That's all it is. Y'all was popping in from all over the place. I still got to figure out how to see the chat from X because I don't know how to, but yeah. Ah, man. What's new in life, y'all? What's going on? What's going on?
Man.
Nah, nothing.
I mean, NSEG is going well, bro.
NSEG is going well? Tell the people about NSEG.
How do I start? Basically, we are like we call ourselves the NCAA of the music industry, but that isn't completely the entire story. You know, we want to create a pipeline, an avenue for artists, for students, and for people who want to make music that, you know, that gets them off the streets, you know, that actually gives them a right path for doing this. And so we've been around for like 10 years, you know, here in Atlanta. We got different chapters.
Word.
You know, I'm one of the co-founders. We started it at Georgia State. You know, we got chapters in the AUC, you know, Kennesaw State, Georgia Gwinnett, you know, places like that.
Yeah.
And so like that's the idea, is just like that, to make the music industry less nebulous. You know, when you get into it, because it seems like a lot of people, they aren't taught well, so they get exploited. So
true.
That's basically the sound of it.
That's true.
Yeah. I wish I had.
The simple version, yeah, exactly. It's one of those things I wish I had.
No, it is the NCAA.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you, me personally, it is the NCAA.
No, it is. It's just like that.
If you know the basis of why the NCAA exists,
yeah.
because the government needed to regulate the fact that people were playing unrestricted in football, and people were dying from improper conditioning in football. So literally the same way is to take kids out of the street life, the glorification of that for music.
For sure.
It's to save lives, and essentially the NCAA was created to save lives. So
that's
I would definitely consider NSEG up there. Like it
yeah. Now, as far as the whole structure of the organization and its purpose, its mission, it's top tier in my opinion. You know, just like conceptually, it is right where it needs to be, right? Because it's one of those things where ain't nothing new under the sun, right? But the best things, like, you know, the book is like, oh, great artists steal, that kind of thing, where it's like conceptually you all were able to capture something that is proven, right? Like a model that was proven, and apply it to a sector where it was completely absent, right? And then take that leverage and with the remixing of the concept, really introduce something that can galvanize the youth to really be in a position of power and autonomy in the music industry, which, you know, like y'all said, is unheard of. It's, you know, never before seen in the way that music works.
To piggyback off of that, like, the idea is that we want to make school cool. Like, the idea is, like, people think this music shit, like, no, you gotta, you know, you gotta do the street stuff. That's how that's cool. Like, you know, you gotta get the jug. Like, that's cool. Like, there's nothing cool about that, bro. Like, and so we trying to, like, go into prison. There's nothing cool about that stuff. So, like, the idea is to, like, make school. So if you want to do music, you come to NSEG, go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, also to create opportunity and option for that, because like you can get a scholarship. You could come from like the hood. You could come from a impoverished environment. Still make it in the NFL, make it in the NBA because of your skill set and talent. Yeah, but
for sure.
By way of music, if you come from that impoverished area, you now got to put that impoverished area on your back and carry it like a mark. Right. And so I feel like giving school opportunity it just opens up a new option, because some people will say it's cool, but some of them kids, that's all they got. That's all they want to eat. And you gonna tell them don't eat for the day, and that's all they know.
It's pop culture, right? Like people unfortunately look up to celebrities. People look up to rappers and stuff. Like, even though I don't agree with that, but if you might as well meet them where they're at, right? Like, if these kids all they know, like, you know, watching on the live streams and stuff, all they know is like, oh, you know, ignorant stuff. Like, you got to be debaucherous on the stream or whatever. Like, no, like, you can speak your piece. Like, what you're doing, you can speak your truth. Like, there's an audience for it, but we got to make it cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, the idea is, like, that's what we're navigating with Insect. How do we make this stuff cool?
Take care, E4 Amazing. Have a blessed night yourself, all right? And thank you, Chloe. Chloe extends her regards. She says that sounds incredibly empowering. And congratulations.
That. Appreciate that. Yeah.
No, for sure.
Appreciate that, Chloe.
Thank you.
No, that's real, bro. Like, potting? Yeah, we just chopping it up today. We just like we got the
Joe Budden.
We just potting now, right? Yeah, we finished up the session early. Zaby Cuz was in the building. AG's here once again. And I was like, you know what? We might as well just hop back on the live and just chat it up. Talk with y'all, you know, talk with one another and just, you know, be here in a vibe. Yeah. Before I go, I have a shout out. Please just say Poppy. Poppy? I guess. Okay. Peace and blessings.
Was that like poppy seeds? Poppy?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I am not sure who the shout out was for, but shout out Poppy. And shout out E4 Amazing. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, we the sauce. We just podding, basically. We just here kicking it, having conversations. What you got going on your side, bro? Oh, that's your name? Okay. Well, if that's your government name, don't tell everybody else that. You're lucky I don't have thousands of viewers. Right? No, I'm just playing. It's okay. I mean, there's enough human beings on the internet that maybe somebody else has your real name. Just don't tell anybody your full government name. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Just got back from shooting in the backyard. Nice.
You got a range set up or just free range?
It was like a range? Oh, I'm sorry. You can hear him.
Oh, okay.
They can hear. They can hear.
Like you built a range or is it just free shot?
Oh, basketball hoop.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm trying to shooting in the backyard. We're in Georgia.
That's how ignorant. Oh, this got to be the gun. He got to be shooting them.
Because he said the backyard. I forget that you can also still have. Mine's in the front.
It's like, oh, that's got to be the gun. He just shooting.
He said, that's got to be the range.
He said he didn't say I just got done hooping. He said I just got done shooting.
The way he said it was
it's colloquialism. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just.
We from Georgia, man. That means something.
That's hilarious. He said right to violence. No.
That's not what I thought. I said rain. That's why I had the questions. I'm like, hey, what was you back there shooting? Believe it or not, these were concerns. We were going to get there.
E4 Amazing said, you with the green hat, I'm watching you.
Yeah, I'm watching you.
Hey, that's hilarious. Watching you.
We just a little bit ignorant, man.
That's hilarious. Nah, I fight back against that trope. You know, so the crazy thing is like, yeah, that's the reality. Like in Georgia, like the right to carry is a real thing, and there are gun ranges all over this place, even in some of the more affluent neighborhoods. Like, and I wouldn't even say I live in an affluent neighborhood per se, but I am out of the way in an area that would have traditionally not been seen as one of the more
there was a golf course on the way here.
Yeah, exactly. There's a golf course like
which we shot a
right over there. We shot a music video on that golf course, but there's also a gun range. There is also a gun range right there.
Yeah.
Like
everywhere.
So that's just kind of the nature of Atlanta and Georgia, I would say.
I'm not gonna care.
But yeah, I don't. I prefer not to.
I mean, y'all don't know what I do. My bad.
Yeah, exactly. But,
you don't know.
Yeah. I plead the fifth, but I'm not. I've spoken my piece, I think, in music frequently enough throughout the years. But yeah, no, I think that I mean, the world is crazy nowadays anyway. So I mean, I don't hold it against anyone that wishes to protect themselves and their family, and they do it the right way, and they are you know, conscious and mindful of how they carry. But yeah, you know, it's crazy times we're living in, and you do not know. who you're dealing with out here. So sometimes it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, bro. I always tell people, I'm pro-gun, but I'm anti-Second Amendment. Because like the idea is like the Second Amendment, that was the Quaternary Act, right? Like they were carrying guns because they was fighting the British.
Yeah. Like
they had
there was war zone like in this land when they were doing that.
You know how long it takes to reload a musket? You gotta put the gunpowder in like.
So now I gotta run over here, Ball John's musket.
It take like 10 minutes to reload the damn thing. But an AR-15, that's way too easy to use. No one should just be having an AR-15. Like that's battlefield weapons, right? So the idea is that, first of all, that amendment needs to be revised, and there needs to be more stuff with assault rifle. Talking about assault rifles, how people in America shouldn't just be having these big guns and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that actually, but I also agree with that being the case for police, right? Like that's the thing that gives me concern as well, where it's like when you live in a like a space where you have the right to carry taken away from you, but then like the people who are governing you or policing you are still carrying like they are getting more militarized weapons and even heavier equipment. So it's just like, and we're black in America, so it's like, all right now.
I mean, the thing is, like, the police do not
uprising they provoked.
Yeah, the police don't serve us. They serve a.
Oh, he said he didn't say hooping because he was dolo, so he was just like shooting.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. That makes sense with your sauce. Yeah,
I respect it.
Trevonsky.
You still set off a gun talk, but
yeah. Whole tangent. Now we're talking about guns.
And regulation.
Trevonsky, what up? Sweet. I went from Fortnite streamers to Barney and Friends. Crap. Okay. That's a really interesting day that you've been having.
We do love you. And you love us.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But yeah, it's an interesting world we living in, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I advocate for people doing their due diligence. I advocate for people minding their own, living and letting live, assuming that people have the capacity for good intention, but also assuming that everyone has some evil and some crazy in them. So you just have to be mindful of how you approach people, right? Just in general, across the board. And I have never had a problem not carrying, right? Because I am a discerning individual. I am cautious and I understand how and when to approach certain people.
You don't put yourself in those situations.
I don't put myself in those situations. And, it's just like, I might be like Kendrick Lamar's dad or something like that. 2 extra biscuits. If I got the chance, I'm going to be kind. I'm going to do a nice gesture, but I will keep myself out of harm's way as best as I possibly can. But, I understand the world we live in.
I was gonna say I personally don't carry for 2 reasons. My grandfather always said, "Live by the sword, die by the sword."
Yep.
But also, I've personally witnessed firsthand gun violence.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to attract that.
Exactly, and so that point that you just made was a big factor in like why I decided not to. Right, where it was because when you carry, you're shifting your mindset into one of like paranoia of like I always got to keep it on me, and like like this whole situation, it's like this person might murk me, like I need to be ready to fire at them before they fire at me. And it's like you really putting your mindset in a state of hyper paranoia. And for me that's just like I wouldn't want to live that way. It's the same reason why I don't watch horror movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't want to self-inflict or self-induce horror. Why would I want to self-inflict paranoia?
You don't do A24 either?
Not not really.
Doesn't only make horror.
They don't
movies.
just
Well, but if I watch
Sam, what up?
Film, not like theirs. Because it's always animated.
What is A24? What is
They're a production studio.
I'm sorry. I knew they're a production studio, but like what horror movies has A24 done? I thought they did that like Civil War-ish kind of movie.
No, they have a whole.
They got a whole catalog.
Okay.
So they did.
But it's like anime style horror.
Why did I never know that?
I think
my mother is calling
they did Hereditary.
Hold on one second.
They did
Hereditary. They did.
Let me talk to my mama real quick. That's hilarious. My mother said hello.
Yes, ma'am.
And Sean Paul, please call me back later when you're finished, okay?
All right, will do. She said my government, but that's okay. I love you, Mom.
I love you, Mom. What you said? What was that?
I said you said my government, but that's all good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. All right.
Okay, Paul.
Love you. I'll take care. I'll call you later. All right, peace.
Bye.
That was the same.
Pac-Man said, "Thanks, Mom."
Interactions that
Yeah.
It sounds like when Roots calls his mom.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the Caribbean mom.
For sure.
But it's always so loving.
Yeah.
Right, every time I hear y'all moms call y'all, it's so loving.
For sure. There you go. My bad.
That's
Not that I made the
Mama
glasses
Free
fall
right
off. Yeah, Mama Wild and Free. We just saw said my house got hit by in a drive-by.
Ooh.
A gun wouldn't have helped in that situation. Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like certain situations you end up in with guns, it's like
it's usually
kind of already too late.
Fault.
Like, yeah, it's like it's not even your fault. You end up in a situation where it's like, goodness gracious. We just all said, "Hey, Mama Free." Chucking and jiving. What up?
That is a crazy online
That's a
name.
crazy name. Chucking and jiving TV. Rollo Fam Goon new paperwork surfaced and it's bad. I don't know who Rollo Fam Goon.
Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you. Thank
I
you.
like how we said it.
I appreciate them because they keep me out of the BS.
Listen.
Somebody's trying to bait you, bro.
Okay, cool. He was just trying to bait me. That's all. Yeah.
We're not that kind of podcast.
Yeah,
bro.
we
It's
are
not Big
not.
Bang or Big Facts.
Yeah, I don't know any
Not
of those
Vlad
things.
TV.
We're not talking about that shit.
Yeah,
okay?
definitely don't know any of those things. He said Jinx.
we both.
But yeah, nah, I be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very much
The word of the day.
the exact word of the day is discernment. Right.
You know what's crazy? I was at
yeah.
Lil Baby's my dog video shoot.
Yeah.
And that's when I met Rollo in person for the first time. But
oh really?
he was a really good guy.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, he was community.
I have no clue who this individual is. So I mean I'm like that statement is what confirmed that it was even a name. I thought it was another language he was speaking.
It's like a young Jeezy, but
Oh, okay.
Another part of the Atlanta era.
He from the
Okay.
Bluffs, I know.
Oh, okay. Word. Well. Okay. Fair enough.
No, what he was saying though, don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to bait.
Okay. Well, I won't take the bait.
Yeah.
I won't take the bait this time because y'all help me. Sometimes I'm too gullible for the bait because I just be reading the stuff out loud. I need to have more discernment.
or maybe don't
Keyword
read
of the
stuff out loud.
Just
read
don't.
it.
That's what we
out
learned from the
loud.
French.
Yeah. For sure, that's what we learned from the French lady.
It's all psychology, bro.
It
like these
is.
streams is really psychology.
It
It's
is.
like they understand human psychology. Be like, oh,
For
I'll
sure.
read anything that comes
Yeah,
across the
because
screen.
it's like they realize when you're in prompter mode. So it's like,
Right.
teleprompter mode, we got him.
We got him. We fucking got him. That was what's his name? Drewski.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah, nah, it's, we just vibing. We just having a good time talking a little bit, chopping it up for a little bit. The stream went well today. Actually, I keep saying I need to make the post, and I just don't make the post. So I'm going to start making the post now while I'm talking to y'all, just to make sure that I get that done. But yeah, we cooked up something cool. W stream, man. Definitely appreciate that, Pac-Man.
That wasn't a gang sign, right?
That was not a. I do. I throw up the
Wild
W
and Free,
for
too.
Exactly. I throw up the W's for Wild and Free. Throw up the W's for Well, and of course for a W stream. We're gonna take that.
You really are the wellness king.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that.
Like you
I
really
appreciate
are.
that.
He's
All about speaking wellness into existence. Like always lived on the West Side, and Pac-Man always lived on the West Side. That's love.
Hey.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm pretty influenced by the West Side. Some of my favorite rappers are
shout out
West
shout out
Coast
to
rappers.
One, man.
Yeah.
See, I know where he's at.
On one Atlanta.
He's on the not like
that boy.
Nah, like Kendrick Lamar, Absol.
I tried to go so long.
No, I know what you said.
You know, I went all
You tried
day.
not to talk about it.
He trying to start the East Side versus West Side type shit.
No, I didn't even try to do nothing. of that.
Joey Badass tried to start that, but they didn't give it enough attention.
See, I don't participate the East West and none of that. I just like the Drake and Kendrick thing. They're just that.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's
Fair
because
enough.
it's like Vegeta and Goku to be.
That's hilarious.
Drake is Vegeta, but it's like Vegeta. And
Drake is Vegeta. It's hilarious.
That's disrespectful to Vegeta.
I know.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
there
Pac-Man
only
was
two
saying West Side of
options.
Ohio.
Oh, West Side. Okay.
West side of
Ohio.
West Side of Cleveland.
Okay.
Shout out Cleveland.
Dayton.
Word.
That's
My
it.
family from Dayton. My cousin Nick's he from Cleveland, but family from Columbus and Dayton.
Word.
Yeah, you gotta talk on. That's Ohio brethren right there.
Yeah. Oh, We the Sauce says nah, that's better. We the Sauce, I ain't gonna lie. He said Drake is Cell. That's
Boom.
very honestly,
Boom.
that is a really, really good take.
That's a good.
Because
take.
if you think about it, Cell was colonizing bodies.
Yeah.
He was colonizing people's powers.
He hit it on the head.
He hit it on the head with that Cell metaphor. I ain't gonna lie, that analogy
Because even
hit.
either that or Frieza, but Cell makes so much more sense.
Cell makes so much more sense. He was literally absorbing people's powers and taking them for his own, which sounds kind of similar to what Drake was doing. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's good.
That was good.
Dang, that means Wayne is Frieza.
Frieza. He said Wayne is Frieza. That's hilarious. Yeah, because technically, I mean,
Young Money
got a little bit of antagonist energy, but they did technically collaborate during that Tournament of Power.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not completely off the books of being an ally. We the Sauce says that tracks. That tracks. Yeah. So that's a really interesting take for sure. Let me see. I was about to trim this video real quick to make sure I got that for the
Dang, man, no, I really wish you would have did a tiny desk.
Yeah,
You have the perfect setup to do it.
the window was
cleanest
closed.
way.
the
February 10th.
it's all good.
But
Yeah.
like I said, every February it comes around, and if I see any
Okay.
other that style contest, I'll
Yeah.
send it to you. But right
No
now,
worries.
virtual
Yeah.
recording contests are like the thing.
Oh,
you,
I
you
didn't
are
even.
in the perfect, like I had to go put together what you have at home.
Oh wow. Okay.
So,
Word.
you were perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told you this before. You got the perfect setup.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Basically, any like live
Mhm.
streaming performance, like I feel like.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, February flows is like
Yeah.
the perfect showcase of
I mean,
that,
you were
so.
pretty much
Thank you.
on it.
Yeah.
You were on. You were. I mean, you were early, way
Yeah.
before everyone else was doing this. Like you were already doing this.
Oh,
so-
I appreciate it. I mean, no, I was like, putting down the feelers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I do a lot of like exploration on the cutting edge.
Yeah.
But what I've realized is that sometimes I will like explore really early and be like, oh, okay, yeah, like, and be so ahead of certain things that I'll just move on to the next new thing
Mhm.
before the space has even matured or even gotten to a point where I can capitalize on actually being early. So it's like one of those weird things. Like I was mentioning how like a song I did. When did we do 404 air?
2019.
2019? 6 years ago?
Yeah.
7?
Gotta be
Maybe
18 or
18?
17.
Maybe
It
18 or
was
17.
18.
Because
I
Okay,
wanna say it was
longer
18.
then.
maybe, yeah. And
I
so
got
like
timestamps about that.
even
that's crazy.
even like 404 error, the topic of conversation is like still ahead of today's time, And then like there were songs that I was doing during 2020 flows where I'm like rapping about like blockchain technology and Web3 and all of that stuff. So like people hearing that even today, they're like, oh shoot, like you're on game. And I was like, but that was years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like it's becoming relevant now, right? And I'm already a little bit kind of off that, So it's like I gotta kind of come back to it
And
to meet it
you're
where it's
so
at.
ahead. You're NFT. People just caught up to cryptocurrency,
Right, yeah.
But you're an NFT.
No, I'm past that.
No.
Yeah,
Just meaning
yeah.
like you as a
For sure.
like you're already living in something that people are catching up to, and they don't even know there's another side of.
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
for sure. Yeah, no, that's fair to say. And it's a weird way to live. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little weird, but it's fascinating all the same to like kind of be ahead of that curve on the bleeding edge or cutting edge of the things that are in development and becoming. But yeah, I don't know. The weird part about it, I think, is that some of those things that you think are becoming, that you think are going to mature to become the mainstream, never mature to be that mainstream, you know? And so it's like, you end up in a space where it's like you don't know what to trust in regards to, like, you might get really excited about a thing on the cutting edge and it's like, oh wow, like this is gonna be the thing because like fundamentally everything lines up and looks good to you, right? Like you're like, wow, like the technology is solid. Like I've been doing some comparative analysis, like I'm triangulating information, like I see what the competition looks like out there, and this technology, they got it. Like they can really become the next thing. And then something just doesn't turn over and it's like boom, they're gone. Just and it's like, oh okay, well.
Speaking of, where is Novation?
The company?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I went to look for everything. It looked different. It didn't look like.
Thank you, Pac-Man. He said I used to say Future was Goku and Thug was Vegeta. That's an interesting take there.
Goku, Thug was Vegeta.
Future is Goku and Thug is Vegeta.
Future and Thug don't hate each other like that.
He said Future and Thug like don't hate each other enough.
Yeah, because there's a hidden rivalry with Vegeta and
I guess so.
There's no rivalry with Thug and Future.
Yeah, there's really no rivalry.
Okay, interesting take. All the same. All right, yeah, no rivalry there though. It's all love. So maybe more like Goku and Piccolo. I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know. Maybe. Or Trunks and Goten.
That's closer.
Yeah.
Trunks and Goten is the closer one. Yeah.
I'd say like,
I appreciate
I'd say Gohan and Trunks. In a way, I feel like Future still has that mentor.
Yeah. That's a fair consideration.
Older, so you got that.
Yeah.
Like Future Trunks and Gohan.
Yeah. But nah, like what is like what are some things that y'all thought were going to become a thing and never did? Like something that you were hype about that like you felt like was gonna last longer than it actually did.
Fan base.
Right.
Fan base.
Is that not still a thing? Is it still? It's just kind of floundering.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not breaking through.
It didn't blow up. Yeah.
And I thought they were onto it.
Yeah.
What I think has happened is subscription-based websites like OnlyFans have catered towards such another thing that people are not seeing the full value of what a fan base could be. If people properly used OnlyFans, then you'd understand.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate that nobody's properly.
Yeah,
that's you know what you could be doing other than what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's because
OnlyFans?
It's once the connotation became not safe for work, it was like kind of downhill from there. Where it's like, it perverted the whole website, right? Where it's like, and that's the kind of insidious nature to perversion in a way, or like the things that are it doesn't even have to be like non-safe for work. It could literally just be a room full of upstanding individuals and then one individual that's abrasive or like ignorant or like whatever, and like they start antagonizing the room. The whole room could then start to become more antagonistic, more like seedy in that way, right? And so I think that once OnlyFans kind of turned into that, it was just you can't rescue it from that anymore.
Imagine Fanbase was the only place we could have gotten the exclusive releases of the beef with Drake and Kendrick. That would blew that up. But look why.
Look at
sure. Why. And it's stuff like that that I'm like the guy said, it's always like, man, if you'd stop thinking like that, I wouldn't have to market like that.
Yeah. Facts.
So it's the
Facts.
human mind.
For sure.
That's why I like AI, because it's gonna show us more and more of ourselves, and then you'll find out like, no, that's you, human. That's what you wanted.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's like when Ultron came in the movie and he discovered.
Oh my god.
He spent like 5 seconds in the human world and he was like, I'm gonna destroy it.
Yep. That's hilarious. I'm so upset. I did that recording with the wrong frame, with the wrong scene, so it's got like the layout in the wrong spot. I'm gonna keep it, but it's gonna frustrate me.
Oh, so it's not
like the scene. No, like it's all fine, like except like the scene setup that I have inside of OBS. Like the gradient is like off to one side and there's like a little underline for where the chat is supposed to be, but there's no chat in the performance recording, and every other video in the performance recording doesn't have that layout. It's like a very clear distinction that there's the gradient at the bottom of the screen. That's me nitpicking and being a little bit of a perfectionist, but I'm definitely gonna let it fly.
No, but trust me, like
you say, you can do a lot. You do yoga on there, and the streams do pretty well. Oh, that's pretty good. That changed OF for you. I mean, honestly, that's pretty smart. I heard.
There's room.
Pac-Man said he does yoga on OnlyFans. That's pretty smart.
I mean, exclusive classes.
Yeah,
exclusive
there's room
classes.
for everything for that. Like, yeah, the connotation is still there, but like anyone can still.
Yeah,
that's like I seen a post
for exclusive content. It's just not gonna be not safe for work.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
exactly.
what I don't. Yeah, you know what I mean.
There was what was it? This one girl who said she uploads her STEM education videos to Pornhub.
I saw that. Yeah, I know what you're talking
and
about.
she says it does numbers, and she gets paid pretty well. Like probably even better than YouTube, which is kind of insane to think about. I should have said P-Hub. My bad, but corn, they might corn. Yeah, see, look, they don't y'all flag me for that. That was an accident. But yeah, that happened, right? Where people are utilizing these platforms, and really it's just a distribution avenue, right? Like it's an opportunity to kind of get your work in front of an audience where there are people and revenue.
There's a lady who went viral on Twitter because she does sex education classes on P, but like it's legit,
right? Yeah, it's like actual.
It's working. There are people that are like, bro, I learned more about my body and my sensuality because of this. So it's like there's always a perspective view of everything, but we as humans are gonna push towards perversion.
Well, I mean, we fall to the level of our least common denominator in a way, where it's like, and it's like the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and then like the squeaky wheel becomes like the prominent voice, and then the prominent voice dictates the flow of everything, right? So, which is why America is a
squeaky wheel.
It's a squeaky wheel, and it's perversion.
The vocal minority.
It's the vocal minority, manipulating the movement of things, and it is a very interesting and strange place to live and feel like we, have a say.
Like I saw, it was some type of video analogy, but it was like a lady watched somebody receive something, and she just not receiving it, and then she noticed they're complaining. So she begins, then she gets it, and it's like, that trained behavior is it.
Yeah, for sure.
But like you said, the squeaky.
Yeah. Pac-Man said that crypto changes that. What up? Peace and blessings. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're just chopping it up, talking about all the things. Glad to have you here. Pac-Man, you say the power is shifting, and if you aren't watching, you are going to fall very far behind. Yeah, perhaps. Very likely. And what I think is the case is that the same way that there is like a prominent 1% that basically own the world, right? There is a prominent or a non-prominent 1% that just fall off the face of the earth and do what they want to do, right? Like there are the sovereign individuals that just go off grid and does not care about the way that the world is moving. They don't care about the politics. They just mind their own business, cultivate their own soil, grow their own food, and live a good life, right? And it's a challenge to get there, right? Like there are a lot of things that one has to do to become a sovereign individual, right? I've kind of looked into it already. It's kind of insane. But some people are willing to break through that those hurdles, to overcome those hurdles. And on the other side of that, you have a freedom closer to what is true freedom to you, right? Whereas like here in American society, and even with crypto, sadly enough, people are still so like we are beholden to this system that we exist within, right? People take for granted not just the conveniences afforded to them, but their addiction to those conveniences, right? And so once you start to provide people with an opportunity to rescue themselves, if they realize that it's going to cost them their conveniences, they will say no thank you. Or say, better yet, bring it back around to me when those conveniences are in place, right? And so we're actually seeing that happen right now with crypto, right? Like, that's why we have like this crypto technology becoming more centralized by the day.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Some of us can boycott the whole system. Some of us are not guinea pigs, right? I see you, Tobe, right? Hey, I agree. We don't want to regress as humans, right? And the broad scope of it is that we're not. I do think we're doing our due diligence, right? But the thing that we have to recognize is a great quote. It's the man who understands life is the one who plants a tree whose shade he'll never sit under.
Yo, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. No, yes.
Yeah.
Because like, if you're doing it for instant gratification, bro, I'm doing stuff. I don't care if I see it or not. I just want to play.
Right.
Bro, yes.
Yeah.
I never knew there was a
There's a
a
quote.
quote for it, bro.
Yeah.
There's a quote for everything, man.
Right.
Yes,
Gotta
yeah.
look for it.
But that I live by that, and when I learned to live by that, when I stopped wanting to see it for myself,
Yes.
then I began to live, bro.
Yes.
When I stopped having to see it for myself,
Exactly.
I was like, yo, that can't be it. And that was the key. I've never been able to tell anybody like the secret that opened my mind, bro. But that was actually the one.
Word. Yeah,
I
it's
stopped
a
wanting
great
instant
saying.
gratification.
Yeah, and so like beyond the instant gratification, beyond the longevity of your own life, right? Like thinking about the broadest arc of the human experience, right? Like there was another who is the author? I cannot remember their name, but it was so prophetic and a very clear and succinct way to look at what we are as humans in this day and age in the broad scope of human civilization, right?
Yeah.
Like we are the tip of the spear of human civilization, right? Like everything that human civilization has equated, has led up to, is within us in this moment and is being birthed into the next generation, right? So as we move into the future, like they are becoming the tip of the spear. And that continual process and us removing ourselves from wanting to see the results is really where the manifestation of all of the work we are doing right now will inevitably show.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think the work that's being done in Web3 and with crypto and decentralizing, it's important work and it absolutely has to be there, right? And at the same time, I don't fault the individuals that still continue to choose their conveniences, right? Because it's what they're comfortable with, it's what they're familiar with. And to a certain degree, there has to be some meeting of the minds, right? Those who are in a space to assist others, right? Has to extend the hand down, and those who are in a space that need help have to have the willingness to extend their arm up, right? But there has to be some kind of meeting in the middle of all of that, right? And I do think that meeting in the middle, as it pertains to crypto and Web3, is that, okay, some of the things will end up not being the decentralized ideal that we envisioned. It might be a bit Web 2.5, it might be a little centralized, but it'll start to introduce the benefits that will come with true decentralization in the broadest arc of its manifestation.
Yep. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I do it for the future too, Pac-Man.
To innovatively push it. Like we have to be the example at times.
Yeah, we do have to lead by example. And that's tough too, right? And like that's something that I have been mindful of as well. And I've attempted it, right? For those that know, I've had NFTs. I attempted to get my fan base or like the small community that I have like on board with that idea and that concept and being like, hey, go here and download this thing and all of that. And then I realized, wow, that's a lot. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Like even I myself, who dove down the rabbit hole and explored it all and set things up myself, like I realized how much like I was asking of someone else to try and go through all of those hurdles just to participate in my offering.
So you know what I've learned with it? The best case scenarios that I've seen, the understanding of nostalgia and FOMO. And
right. Yeah.
the combination of that is what makes for a good NFT, because when you think of NFT, you think of a minted card. You think of something vintage. I can no longer easily obtain, so this is the only means. And that drives the value of that to play. So the rarity of it. I know a lot of times we think in abundance, but believe it or not, NFT is not created for such. It is actually created for the rarity.
Well, conceptually, yes, it can fit that mold, right? But then there are additional protocols and technologies that are expanding the use cases for NFTs, right? Where you don't necessarily have to sell somebody an NFT in order to monetize it, right? For instance, there is the Formless, right? They created the share protocol. You can effectively lease access to what you have minted as an NFT for ownership of that asset and for the smart contract functionality to allow pass-through income, right? And so I can create an access point for people to say, hey, just go click on this link. And you don't even have to worry about anything Web3 related. You can just use Apple Pay, pay $1, and gain access to this song for the day or a week, right? I can define both the price point and the time that they have access to it. And they never have to deal with the complexity of AI and Web3 and all of that. So, Dakari, what's up? Peace and blessings. So that's something that I feel, it expands upon all of the technology in a way that is aiming to make it more accessible for everyone, right? But at the same time, there's still many silos that are created within that experience. And also, inevitably, what it does is it fragments the experience from what the original ideal was around Web3 and decentralization and all of that. And so that's where the caveat is, right? Like, I do think that there's many benefits, and Web3 technologies and all of that will find their way to everyone in a way that may be unbeknownst to them, right? Like, they may not even realize they're taking advantage of Web3 related technologies. It's just going to be kind of sewn into the infrastructure of the internet. But by the time it has done so, those with the biggest bags and those who are playing the biggest middlemen will be able to kind of reap the rewards of setting up that infrastructure and providing the masses with the conveniences they needed in order to interface with that experience.
You know what's interesting? I'd love to see a music festival use it.
Yeah,
because they have the best means. You're all internal. You can then turn whatever currency like, okay, let's say I bought a ticket to one music fest, but the ticket itself was an NFT. Then that NFT I could use as trade value while in this park environment where other people who have the same coupon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then on top of that, I could use it as the leisure to pay for my food, pay for my
I'm checking
drinks.
it now, Pac-Man. Yeah, it's definitely already happening. I wanted to let him finish his thought though, because I like that your mind is already going there. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the kind of thing that happens when, like, the concept of an NFT has permeated around your consciousness for a little while now, right? And it's like those kind of ideas and associations with what the technology can do start to percolate to the top only after the time it is taken for it to kind of to be around your consciousness, you know?
Like the idea is that, with any technology is you will always have bad actors who would try to use it to scam people and stuff.
Yeah.
It takes time to get past that
to see the real.
Right? It's like a diamond in the rough, right? Like for me, at first I didn't like NFTs, but I still like researched some of it. I have NFT songs and stuff, but it never hit the same as like, I don't know. Let me just put this on Spotify, bro. Like it's not we're not there yet.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like,
and I feel you. NFTs are a thing of the past nowadays. Nah, they're away from the like I was talking about this. I think Pac-Man and I were talking about this previously this month, but it's like NFTs aren't going anywhere, so to speak. It's more so of like NFTs as a namesake or as a trope or as a like a guiding marketing term. That's for sure going away, right? Like
What do you
nobody's
think
going to be nobody's going to be talking about NFTs like they are something in and of itself that is like important in all of these things. But almost everything digital in our experience over the next 10, 15, 20 years is going to take some kind of form of what an NFT represents, right? And that's just a way to identify uniquely a digital asset so that it has proper distinction and we can attribute ownership to it, right? And so that's all an NFT really is. And so I think that the term in and of itself will go away to an extent, right? It won't be utilized to the extremes of being like, the topic of the discussion, right? Or the what do you call it when it's like a buzzword?
Buzzword, yeah.
Right. I don't think that NFTs will be a buzzword as it was. That's dead. I agree with that. But what NFTs actually are, what they represent, and the technologies that will emerge because of their existence, that will continue to be a thing for quite some time. Well, Nut, we are talking about everything, and somehow we have ended up on the conversation of digital assets, Web3, and NFTs. But I mean, it came up because I was talking about sometimes how I'm ahead of the curve at times, and I was on NFTs before it was kind of like a thing, and then I was off NFTs by the time it became a thing. So I never really got a chance to like really, really benefit off of things, but I was involved in the space just a little bit. The blender, I finished the smoothie, man. I wish it was like a never-ending blend tech. I wish it was like a never-ending smoothie.
Why do you keep asking about the blenders?
It's a staple now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a guest star on this live stream.
It's an iconic piece.
I feel it.
Right. All right, brother. It's good seeing you.
I appreciate you.
All right. No
Even
doubt.
beyond February, please. I need to be back. This was amazing.
Tell the people peace out.
Peace out, Shaw. Zay, because why? Because man, I will be back. I promise. I hope this goes beyond February and just flowing.
Yeah.
I hope he turns this into like a wellness.
We definitely got to.
Please.
Definitely.
That's hilarious. What up, Tay? Yeah.
All
right, Zay.
You get home.
That's hilarious.
I know I made it home.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'll
sir.
probably get out soon too.
Okay, cool. No worries. Yeah. But yeah, so you say you agree? Yeah, I feel you on that. Respect. So the game GTA 6 will have its own digital asset. All of them will be NFTs. You can and will be able to create your own things and sell them in game. If they actually do that, then that would probably be the escape velocity that they need in order for that technology to really not just gain weight, but like remain a prominent piece, right? Because I think that it had its rise, but that bubble burst. If they integrate it into GTA 6, that's
I mean,
but that's wishful thinking. We'll
my
see.
thing is with Rockstar, there's always a level of parody to it. So if it's in there, maybe they're parroting it. That very act of, like you said, the very act of it being in there could be a really big deal. Because I mean,
for sure,
GTA is the biggest. Like when it drops this year, it's gonna be enormous for gaming. So it's like,
no, for sure.
Dude, I'm pre-ordering that. That pre-order link go. I'm pre-ordering GTA 6 hands down.
Yeah,
I'm pre-ordering that.
Yeah. That was just the start. He says it'll be there. I don't know. We'll see. My buddy lost plenty on that monkey knot thing. That's hilarious. The monkey NFT thing.
Yeah, no, that was always a scam.
Yeah. What's the one called? Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Yeah.
That one or I think it was that one. I mean, I know people that had made a lot of money off of that stuff, but it was a hype. It was a hype thing. Bubbles burst. It happens, and I think that, that kind of bubble. I mean, we saw it technically kind of happen with even AI, right? When China dropped DeepSeek, the American tech bubble for AI burst for sure. But, that's what, look up the Gartner hype cycle. That typically represents those kinds of things, where it kind of has like this, really intense hype that reaches like absurd peaks, and then the bubble bursts, and then it goes all the way down into the trough of disillusionment, and then it kind of like carries a little bit, and then it picks up, but it never goes as high as it was in its real hype, you know? So he says Bitcoin is the only thing that matters. The rest of them are test networks. I don't know. We'll see, man. Time will tell, honestly. I don't know for sure, but I
feel like even Bitcoin's still testing it out.
All of it could be folly in the face of quantum computing.
Exactly.
So we really don't know. Like, what Microsoft released their Maharana chip, and I think another company, was it IBM or one of them, we released the Willow chip, quantum computing chips, and they showed practice benchmarks where it completed tasks that would have taken a normal supercomputer server farm like 30 years to do what it did in 5 minutes, right? And so the things that they're saying quantum computing chips can do in comparison to what the, blockchain and all of that, we don't know how it will impact the sanctity and the security of these decentralized cryptocurrencies, these assets, right? So I'm not going to say it's infallible. So let's just say that.
Exactly.
I lost most of my money, my investing money in anti-balding products.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at that. There's nothing wrong with being bald, man. Unless you're in Africa. I heard they were killing people because they thought people with bald heads had gold in them.
That's crazy.
Like 5 people died. Could just be a headline. I don't know. I'm tripping.
That sounds like something made up.
That sounds like something made up, but I didn't mean to feed into it. Bounty AI, but yeah, that's it. We was just chopping it up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I made a funny pun. I look like a skinhead. Yeah, probably, but that's all right too. Chopping people's head of gold. Like you get to hop out of the shower and not worry about like your hair, like putting water stains on your clothes.
That's one way to look at it. Yeah.
That's one way to look at it. There's some benefits there. So it's not all bad. You seen that one guy with the like he's got the bald head on this part, but like he's got long hair down the side.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's crazy,
bro. His channel is like.
I wasn't sure if that was like a cap, like a special cap they put on his. I wasn't sure.
It's genuinely his head.
Okay, I just didn't.
And I'm German. We should hang out. Are y'all both in Germany? Oh, you're in France. Is in France. France, European fellow. I'm not in the UK or anywhere over there. I'm over here in ATL. We had Arizona in the building. We got Ohio in the building. Somebody said Antarctica, but I'm having a hard time believing them. Yeah. More than anything, I'm thinking about the Wi-Fi. Well, no, I'll take that back. They could have been using Starlink. But what are you doing in Antarctica? I don't believe it. Do they even let people visit Antarctica and just like be there chilling?
It's usually government officials.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be there on business. I am having a hard time believing somebody was just in Antarctica watching my live stream. I wanted to immigrate to the U.S. last summer. That's crazy. I wanted to leave America and still.
I feel it.
Don't be mad that you got rejected. I would just say maybe that was a divine intervention. Could have been divine intervention. I don't know. America's a little strange right now.
To immigrate to America.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little strange over here. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to be in a space where I have the opportunity to say these things, but also at the same time, I mean, I will say things are weird around the planet. Right? Yeah. The globe is feeling it right now. So anywhere has its thorns. But if I could leave, where would I want to go? Last year I visited Japan and South Korea, and that was really fun. I would love to visit other places.
Yeah.
I would like to visit Africa at some point, Ghana.
Yep. Definitely.
I'm sorry to say, but I hadn't really been enticed by the EU or the UK or that area too much. Like, ironically, if anywhere, I've heard nice things about Germany, which is what it is. But I hadn't really been enticed to like go to like Paris or London or that like France.
I'm gonna be real with you. I've been to Paris.
Yeah,
it's okay. But London, I love London.
You love London?
London was dope.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there was a moment where I wanted to go to London. There was this one woman. Earlier in the stream, I was telling y'all how like I'm a little bit impressionable. Like I guard my heart for a reason, right? But there was this one time I fell for this chick, and she lived in London, and I was like, well, shit, maybe I gotta visit London. Like, maybe
That's crazy,
right?
Gotta take the flight out.
I might have to take the flight to London.
Yeah.
I would have done it too, but
I feel it.
I guess I took too long to reach back out to her, and she stopped responding to me. It's like a couple of days. I might have got sick for like 2 weeks, and I was like on my ass, and I was like not talking to anybody. And I was like, "Hey, we should catch up." Crickets.
Maybe that was God watching.
Like, all right, yeah. I was like, all right, I tried.
Yeah.
British ladies are crazy. Bad teeth, they say. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about all that, but.
France is bad for business because they just got kicked out of their biggest moneymaker. They were the gold and like the all the stuff. They had some money flowing out of Africa, but I don't think they got any more money flowing out of Africa. Y'all might be in a tough spot moving forward. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The American dream is still strong in the mind of people everywhere in Europe. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of interesting. I actually didn't think about Europe being a group enchanted by the American dream.
I mean,
often I think about like Mexico, Asia, like but Africa maybe, but not Europe. That's the first time I actually heard about Europeans being enchanted by the American
That's interesting.
dream.
I mean, it definitely is probably individual basis, but I feel like Europe, I mean, when I see Europe, I see people who have actual health care, and, people who got, people who have, high-speed rail.
Right.
Shit, I would love to have high-speed rail over here.
And like y'all are chilling in a time where it's like y'all don't have the pressure of being like the world power. So it's like people aren't like overtly gunning for y'all per se, right? Whereas like America, I feel like we got a big old target on our backs because like we are the America in a way, and like we're doing some bullshit right now.
We put ourselves in that situation.
We put ourselves in that scenario.
Our arrogance, we put ourselves in that situation.
When I say we, I mean the powers that be, because I ain't make none of them damn choices. I'll be honest with you. Pac-Man says, I went for a concert and met a girl. He said that happened to me. He said he went to London. London was okay for me. Stayed for like 3 months, and then you stayed in London for 3 months because you went to for a girl, or kind of fell for. Went to a concert, met a girl, flew home, sold all my things, and moved there. Brought her back to the States, but it didn't work, or she moved back. It didn't work because she moved back, never to be seen or heard from again. Damn. That's insane. How long was she here, and how long did y'all just kind of like do a thing? You said you stayed there for 3 months, but how long was it when you brought her back to the States? Germany is crazy right now. Wouldn't recommend either. Almost most people mentality got few sticks in their back truck. That's the first time I've heard that idiom. It's the first time I heard that.
I understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down. In English class, we talk about all the good sides of the United States. How you don't have much taxes. Who don't got much taxes? Well, okay, I guess it's probably subjective. So let me backtrack.
I mean, you gotta understand.
Big military and more liberty to an extent. Yeah.
I mean, it's certain propaganda, I guess. Like even you know when my family immigrated to this country, it was certain propaganda you get taught, right? Being an American, so it's like I'm pretty sure they probably teach that in other countries too. So
yeah, for sure.
There's some truth to it, but also a lot of lies to it. So
yeah, for sure. Likely a lot of lies alongside all of that. That's the craziness, man. That's what I'm telling you. I mean, like I said, I'm grateful to just be alive and to have the opportunity to have enough autonomy to even do this kind of thing. Granted, I am the furthest thing from well off, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like piecing together the American dream for myself, right?
Yeah.
And just letting it be what it is. Not being disenchanted by the fact that I know it's a facade.
Yeah.
You know, like, which is a weird kind of thing to do. It's like, yeah, like it's a dream for a reason. Right? Like it is not reality, but you gotta keep dreaming the dream.
Yeah.
And like it's a beautiful quote. Actually, it was there's an anime called 87. Acres of Movies, what up? Yeah, I'm based out of Atlanta. Finished, what up? Greetings from Mother Russia. All right. Who's Snow White? I'm but hey. You know, okay. Hey.
Okay, all right.
But what was the anime? I think the anime was called 87. Now, for those who have watched it, I haven't finished it, so don't cut my head off. But I would like to go back and finish it. But there was a scene that really stood out to me because, you know, I guess it was like an officer speaking to her captain, and she was like kind of frustrated or like trying to understand her position on everything because she's like, yo, like, you know, we have these ideals. Why are we not striving for them? Like, why are we not? And he's like, yo, like, the whole purpose, like, of ideals is to be unattainable.
Yeah.
Like if we could attain them, right, what would we have to strive for? And so that was like a really interesting concept or thought to reflect on, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's what you make of it, bro.
Yeah, it is what you make of it for sure. You said we have a American capitalism equals American drama equals capitalism drama dream, capitalist dream. And Europe also lives in capitalism. Yeah, I mean, I think that if a free market actually existed, capitalism probably wouldn't be as bad as it is. But it's free markets don't really exist, and it's pretty hectic.
And the top 1% consolidated all the power.
Yeah, they consolidate the power. They hinder and wipe out any other option or competing options as best they possibly can, or they consume them, right? Like they buy them up. And it's very pernicious. It's a very pernicious cycle, and you know, the whole idea of us moving into a technocratic capitalist society is also a bit dystopian, bit Blade Runner, bit cyberpunk. We are definitely.
It's like that meme of that Captain Barbosa.
Yeah,
it's with but he looks like Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk, but he's like. You're living in the side. It was like something like you're living in a dystopia. It was like, that's what
living in it right now.
It's not as bad as the video game. You know, I don't know if anyone's played the video game, but we're not there yet. But we're on that pathway.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
You know, it's like that's true. Yeah, this scintillating, but
indeed. All right, AG's gonna head out, y'all. I'll still be on in a little bit, but let me get my guy out the door here for a bit. So y'all keep chatting for a bit, and I'll be back.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. Up.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy.
All right, there you go.
Take care of your people.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man. Sir. Indeed.
Oh, that Talkin. Yeah, we should definitely keep this up. I don't mind dancing, you know. I mean, at least for now, I keep trying to convince myself not to leave the country. So if I can stay here, yeah, I'll be doing this. I mean, even if I leave the country, like, I genuinely.
Had to get some water. Yo, Brown's boy. What up? You back? We just over here chatting. Oh, hold on a second. You want that flyer too? Okay. All right. AG almost left his hard drive. All right. Get to control your. Okay, wait. What Acres of Movie saying? I'm trying to go back up in my little chat here. Okay, hold on. Yep. Divide and conquer, control the words that the majority can say. Yeah. A little bit worried about the future, like our past was glorious, but nowadays we are nobodies while America is still standing strong. I mean, I don't know. I think that I think it's weird that we are so wrapped up in like the glory aspect of it. Like, yeah, I guess I get the sentiment of like being proud of your nation and like that kind of thing, but like I feel like we live in such a globalized society now that we should be a little more um appreciative of the success of others, right? Like I feel like the success of my neighbor is my success, or at least that's how I would like to feel. And if we were to act as that, it would probably be nice. But, the geopolitical climate changes a lot. And, that's why wars happen because unfortunately we just haven't figured out a way to actually support one another, right? Like it always has to be some kind of show of force or representation of power or some kind of scarcity mindset that causes us to feel as though we have to um, relegate things in very specific ways. And I don't think that there is any easy solution, right? Like it's not to say that I'm like, oh yeah, no, it'll be easy. Just stop all the wars. I wish it was that easy, right? But I understand that there's a lot to it. But I wish we could really find our way through it. Brown's boy said, how was the machine lies live? He says opening takes about 15 minutes. However, it's the first time since 1980 that Germany had so many voters participating. That's interesting. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. We went from like talking about the right to carry to NFTs to patriotism and nationalism and geopolitical climates, all of the things. When you say the success of Russia is a bad thing for us all in Western Europe, I'm ignorant. Educate me, please. I would like to understand that statement. Yes, I don't know if it's bad to see the AFD that high in the polls. War will always be present. We got lucky to live in. Yeah, exactly. We got lucky to live in peace. I agree with that, Wellnut. Browns boy, where are you? You are streaming from. Oh, so you're streaming from the landscape view, and I am simultaneously broadcasting to YouTube, both in landscape and in vertical. So I'm not exactly sure how to tell you to get to the vertical one. Maybe you would have to like pick it up from your phone. But we have some viewers who are watching through the vertical live stream, and so that's where a decent amount of conversation is coming from. But then I'm also multi-streaming across different platforms. So I'm still streaming to Instagram. I am still streaming to Kick, and I am still streaming to Twitch. I meant to do this though. There you go. Look at all of that chatter. All over my face is crazy. Pause. But no judgment. Let me see if I can. How do I Okay, here we go. Height. Let me say 200. Let me see if that'll work. All right, I'll say something else. Maybe the chat will be in whoops. I moved myself. I didn't mean to do that. It's an eternal menace. It's crazy. It can degenerate really quickly. When they cut our supply of gas, it raised all our cost of living. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, nah. How y'all doing over there on Instagram? What up? Peace and blessings. Is that Shaniqua? Hey, Shaniqua. How's it been? Hope you've been well. Browns boy. What do you say, shoe? Yeah, man. Yeah. This is a good day though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That live stream earlier, it was smooth process. We got through that. I don't know if I've said this already for the current viewers, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. But you are here with your boy Wildenfree, Mr. Wildenfree at that, lyrical performing music artist, entrepreneur, technologist. But yeah, I pride myself on my lyricism, and this month I have been doing a brand new song every day for the month of February. And so I have a playlist on my YouTube channel called FF25 that you can go back and check out the complete recap of. Let me move that because I guess I changed the size of the feed and it shrunk it down. But yeah, y'all can check out the complete recap of all of my performance recordings of the music I've been creating this month. And yeah, it's really exciting. It's really fun. I literally will either produce the beat or bring in a guest producer like today when I brought in AG Dynasty. And, you know, he'll share the catalog with me and I'll write some music, write some lyrics over his beat. And then I will also perform that, right? And I'll do a performance recording right here for the chat. And, I think that that's a pretty cool thing, so. And I realized what the scenario is with the on-screen chat box too, is that I think that it's only pulling from the landscape chat, even though most of the viewers are in the vertical chat. So that's interesting. So Browns boy, your chats have priority because you're on my landscape view. Oh, all right. Well, Nesq, what up? Peace and blessings. Thank you, Browns boy, for the regards on the rap. Thank you for the regards on the charismatic nature that I apparently have. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've always well, actually, surprisingly, he said that's because I'm the best. I was when I was a young boy, very young child, there were like only two things that I remember wanting to be. Like as far as like really like a childhood aspiration to kind of be this thing when I grow up. And the primary one was actually a pastor. I actually wanted to be a pastor when I was a child. And in a way, I feel as though I am still living my desire, the thing that I wanted to hint at with that role, right? I feel as though I am living that through my artistry and as being a lyricist and a hip hopper, right? And so I share my own perspective and I share my value, I share my perception, my encouragement, my inspiration, my resilience. I share my insights, my introspection, my self reflection. I'm very vulnerable in my lyricism, right? Like I do my due diligence to lay it all to bear. Yeah, I'm absolutely familiar with Goody Mob, Acres of Movies. Yeah, Flowered Piazza. That was spam, so I got it out of there. Um, yeah, wild. Show him the blender. I would have to run to the kitchen to get the blender. The blender ain't over here. I just got my water right now. Uh-oh, thank you for that. I definitely appreciate that regard. Pac-Man. Bro, man, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that regard. I'm happy you exist as well. Like I've genuinely appreciated you being here as a part of these live streams and just really rocking with me, you know? And so, yeah, like you all are a testament to what it is that I'm doing. Like y'all are confirmation that I am walking the path that I am meant to walk, you know? I was talking to my line brother about this the other day where it's just like, you know, like money isn't the thing that fulfills me in and of itself, right? Like I truly feel like if my heart's not in it, like if there's not soul resonance, I can't pursue it with 100% of my being, you know? And when I show up to doing what I do with the music and, you know, sharing my lyricism and, you know, being an artist and just showing up in this way to commune with you all, like that's where I feel like my real joy. That's where I feel like my real passion is. And I feel like I could do this indefinitely, you know? Um, and that's a beautiful thing, and I think it's amazing that I was able to really step into the whole live streaming thing this month to really experience this firsthand, you know. um yeah, thank you. Oh, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I had a pal named Fred Brown that used to do music with that. Oh, that's really dope. That's really dope. He said we'll have to stick around to see the blender. Yeah, for sure. I'll bring back the blender. Yeah, maybe it'll be tomorrow. So y'all definitely got to come back. Y'all definitely got to come back. Yeah, it's always fun to see these, and I hope to hear the songs again later today. Thank you for sure. Yeah, like it'll be available in the on the YouTube playlist for sure. And I was telling them earlier, I just, you know, my Discord has been alive for some time, and I started curating the space quite some time ago, but it's been rather empty. But I've just now really started to get people like coming through. Thanks, Pac-Man, right? We the Sauce and a couple of others, Andre and Sam. Uh, and I'm curating the space for those of you all who would like to continue hearing from me on this journey to, get some exclusives in regards to the music and all of that. I technically have thought about spinning up a newsletter, but like email is like, I don't know why it's just like a little, I don't really care for it too much, but I do understand the value of email, which is why I probably will still do it. I'll definitely still have a newsletter to some capacity, but Discord is likely where I will provide a little bit more exclusive value, let's just say, until I'm able to do other things with like all of these channels that I'm on, right? Like, but I do like to really pull people into like a centralized kind of experience. Yeah, pure love, man, definitely. It's all about just exuding that and remaining steadfast in the face of this dualistic polarity of a lived experience we are in, like. Oh, cool. Yeah, every now and then I connect with other Web3 artists. I go to the Atlanta Blockchain Center here in Atlanta. Shout out to the ABC, shout out to Atlanta Blockchain Center, shout out to Marlon Williams and everybody over there, Project Pi. But there aren't that many artists. There's a few. There's a few that pop up in there. I haven't done any like there was one artist collaboration I did a while back, and there are a few Web3 natives in my Discord, dormant probably, right? Like they probably haven't checked into my Discord in a long, long time. But yeah, I hosted a little like viewing on my Discord one year, and yeah, I'm still cool with Web3 artists. I don't mind connecting with Web3 artists. I've just also, I'm a bit more even keel in my approach these days, where it's like I'll utilize Web3 when it makes sense, and I guess that's just it, you know. Um, well, no, you were talking to, right, in regards to what they're studying ancient history. I'll be a teacher next year. Ooh, ancient history. That sounds fascinating. But yeah, Pac-Man, feel free to suggest a few of your other Web3 friends. Bring them into the conversation, you know. Medieval and late medieval? The medieval age. There was this one thing I took in college. It was like a Greco-Roman, what was it? Greco-Roman theology or something like that. It was interesting. Like back in college. That was a while back for me though. Drink your water. Evo, what up? No, I'm not from Compton. I'm out of ATL. I'm in Atlanta. We over here chilling. Jaden that does a show every day, huh? That's pretty cool. Some of his branding and marketing ideas are crazy. He did this one where he set up a lot of different artists and had them create a full song in 10 minutes. 10 minutes is insane. That's insane. I mean, yeah, you can link it here, but you are on Twitch, and so I'm just not sure if everyone will see your link, but I'll get it. I don't know how that works though. I don't know if I don't think I've set up like any auto mod something or the other yet, but yeah, you can put it in the Discord too. Yeah, there's a decent amount of crime in Atlanta. Fair amount of crime in Atlanta, but I would say that it's easy enough to avoid. Well, it's easy enough for me to avoid because I be right here. I stay at home. I keep my head down. I don't be bothering nobody. And, well, let me not say I keep my head down like that. I keep my chin up. But I mind where I'm at, you know? I'm mindful of where I go. I don't be up in everybody's faces. Even sometimes when friends are trying to invite me to events to support them, sometimes I'm like, I would love to, but you see how it is out here? Like, that's just not a good venue. It's not a good venue. It's not a good hour. I don't want to be out around them parts at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it chill. Evo. So Evo, what we've been doing here today, right now at this hour, I'm just talking. I'm just talking to talk with y'all, you know. But I'm a lyrical performing music artist, and I've been creating a brand new song every day this month. And so on my YouTube, you'll see a playlist called FF25. Go check out that playlist, and it's a recap of every song that I've created this month. So there's 25 going on 26 songs in that playlist, and I think you'll enjoy what you hear. And if you really like it, then I'll just say please subscribe and leave some comments, and even if you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it. I may or may not take the instruction, but I at least want to hear it. The Walking Dead did take place in Atlanta, and Stranger Things, the originals, part of Black Panther, the Avengers. Like one of the Avengers' second headquarters is actually like the what is it? The Porsche Center. Um, in in a part of the Metro Atlanta area. Yeah, especially in regards to film and movies and stuff, a lot of that stuff had moved over here after a lot of, you know, I guess you would say decentralization of the Hollywood scene over in LA. A lot of it came here to Atlanta. Yeah. I mean, I guess wine is a pretty good thing to be famous for, you know? Um, and yeah, like there's a lot of weight behind the name of this city, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, I guess. So I'm grateful to be here. I was born in New York, raised in Atlanta. But yeah, I mean, it's there's definitely this is a city with a lot of stories connected to it. And so yeah, I'm just appreciative to be a part of that experience. Yeah. These are great. I played some of the ones I missed just now because some rang my phone line. Oh, okay, no worries. I was born in Manhattan, but my family was mostly in the Bronx. So when I would go back to like visit them, I'd be in the Bronx area. I who Aztec Warrior, I'm ignoring that because I know you're just trying to bait me now. The wine Bordeaux. No, I haven't heard of the wine Bordeaux. I actually don't drink a lot of wine. I actually did not drink for the longest time. Um, but I'm treating myself to a beer every now and then. So like Fridays or Saturday nights, I might go out and have a maximum of 2 or 3 beers, and that's it. Like I don't do anything more than that. I do not really like or care for hard liquors. Uh, I would be comfortable cutting out the beers again as well, but it is an exercise in practicing duality. I was also vegan for 8 years. I am no longer vegan anymore, and that's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself. But I'm wild and free for a reason. I talk about the balance and duality for a reason. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing that you can't officially drink before turning 21. Before 21, you shouldn't be drinking. It's just like, what do you need to be inebriated for? You already got all the joy. You're not yet worried about paying taxes and all of that stuff. You're likely still in school. Your parents still taking care of you. You ain't got shit to worry about for real. No, I'm just kidding. Um, you've been vegan for 10 years and it kind of alienates me. Don't let that second guess your life. Like, I was quite staunchly vegan for a time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like to the point where it was like, yeah, it was kind of separating me a bit from my family and kind of putting me in this space. But the, the reality of the situation was more so of just like, I felt as though I was desperately seeking change. And that wasn't the full catalyst. The full catalyst was that I was going to visit Japan and South Korea. And this would have been my second international trip since being vegan. The first one I went to Iceland. Don't ask why Iceland was on the list, but it was definitely on the list. I went with my Lime brothers, and it was a dope trip. I was vegan the whole time, but going with a crew of non-vegans, right? Absolutely made that a bit of a challenge. But being vegan for 8 years, it wasn't like I was new to that particular challenge, you know? But there is this aspect of like cultural respect that I was very keen to when it came to Japan in particular. I know that one, there was a high language barrier for me. Like I know very few Japanese words. Sumimasen, arigato gozaimasu, but like um with the high language barrier, going into their restaurants, I already know their food culture there is like you don't go in a restaurant and just sit down and not eat anything. That's disrespectful. And you also don't modify what the chefs are making for you, right? Like you just accept the dish that you ordered. And so knowing that, and I was also going with my line brother, um, who had been there already like 3 times before. He did nudge me a little bit. He was like, "Hey, bro, like it's probably time." Like it couldn't hurt to consider it. And so I was pretty of the mindset that I was gonna go over to Japan and be in Tokyo and trying to eat vegan. Like I bought a whole book called The Vegan Guide to Tokyo. And I was at a point in my life where I was just like, you know what? Veganism it started out as the litmus test, but it has become the control. And all things are worth testing, right? And so I thought it was fair enough for me to test whether or not how I felt. If I were to go back to eating meat, what would that look like for me? If I was as staunchly vegan as I thought I was, I would just go back to being vegan, But I wanted to eliminate the green colored lens over my eyes, right? Like I wanted to take off that lens of indoctrination of this particular perspective or way of living and give myself this blank slate, this tabula rasa to say, okay, let me try eating meat again and just genuinely listen to my body, see how I feel, and see, where I go from here, right? And even this may be a season in and of itself. And I think that sometimes, especially those in the vegan movement, like we're so hard on ourselves. Y'all are so hard on yourselves. I guess I can't consider myself one anymore, but having been one for 8 years, it's like sometimes we're so hard on ourselves, we don't give ourselves the grace to just test and just to see like what makes sense of our experience, right? And another thing that really made it speak to me is like there's almost no way for us to escape this visceral experience. All things live and die. All things live and die, including us, right? And there's this visceral nature to our reality and our experience that I felt as though I was trying to escape from. And it made me feel as though I was not truly in touch with the reality of life. And so that was another piece of it. So that was definitely another piece of it. But what I would say is don't beat yourself up. Feel into it. Give yourself more grace than you are giving yourself now. And be open to it, because be open to what it is you want to do. I'm not saying be open to eating meat. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your journey. Don't make it about a number thing either, right? Because sometimes it's just like, oh, well, I've been vegan for 8 years, or I've been vegan for 10 years now. Like, there's no use in stopping now. Or like, oh, if I break the streak now, like, oh, it's going to damage my reputation as a vegan for the rest of my life. Who fucking cares, right? Excuse my language. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, life goes on, and it is okay to make a decision for yourself and to have grace enough for yourself to vacillate a little bit, right? To wiggle a little bit in this lived experience to understand what will truly work for you in this next chapter. Because life changes. We grow, we evolve, we adapt. Sometimes we regress, right? And sometimes that's a part of the process of moving forward, right? Uh-oh, so we got a huge alcohol problems here, but not drugs at least. Yeah, that's definitely fair to say. I've done a little bit of those too, so that's just part of the experience. But I'm outside of the beer on Friday and Saturday nights that I might indulge in nowadays. I've been sober for a while, or well, I can't say sober if I'm drinking beer, but I've been pretty much clean of any drugs and any of those things like that. And I wasn't like a heavy drug user or anything like that. It's more so of like college experience, you dabble in 1, 2, or 3 things here and there, and it's just like, okay, got it. Learned the lesson. Some other things might have stuck around, like I don't consider shrooms a drug, but there was a chapter of my life where that was a part of the experience, and that just was what it was. But I would utilize it as a spiritual tool. I would use it as an opportunity to be still and to meditate and to feel into myself and to feel and guide myself back to the resonance of joy. Yeah, medicine indeed. Plant medicine indeed. It's different. It's different. Japan would be an amazing trip. Either way it goes, Pac-Man. I just want you to know that. Astral Chills, thank you for all of the emojis. I appreciate it. You're cool. Global trending. Donda. I'm not sure what you're referring to here. Oh, I see. Oh, if you're asking me to play music, thank you. I appreciate the consideration here, but no, I'm just talking to y'all for a moment. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's terrifying. That's another thing too, right? Like just drugs, like and with fentanyl slipping around and all that. Like I don't want no parts of none of that, right? Like I am smart enough to know when it's time to bow out. You know what I'm saying? Like I will gracefully resign from all of those experiences to protect myself from all of that BS y'all got going on because clearly somebody is out to get us. Like they want us to fall victim to those kinds of things. So we just got to be mindful of this experience, I'm almost out of this water. Yeah, that's the dangerous thing, man. Yeah, like and just the way that too many rappers go out like that. Mac Miller, rest in peace, right? Like even that just like is just heartbreaking. Like all whatever the case is, anybody who dies that way is that's just sad. That's really sad. So yeah, I would say don't do the drugs for your own sake. And when I did my love life advice, what's the current rundown with the love life? Huh? I don't know if I'm the right person to give love life advice. Like I am not a couples therapist. I'm not a relationship coach. And I am not currently in a successful relationship. But all I can do is share my perspective and where I'm at and what my considerations are about love. And so that's a thought. But I would say my advice in particular may not be your best advice. And I would highly encourage you to triangulate and get additional perspectives on whatever you would like to hear as it pertains to love life advice. Because as someone who is single, as someone who minds my own business, as someone who, uh, I really enjoy my peace, I'm just in a space where I am comfortable without a relationship dynamic, while at the same time I can kind of acknowledge a small, quiet yearning inside for companionship and partnership and love and all of those things. But I'm also very much okay either way it goes. Um, what about Canada? Not in America, cannabis is a bad drug. I I do not trust what they are spraying on those plants. So that's why I say that. So no, I don't even smoke weed. I would prefer not to because There was a time where I used to, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is fine. And then there was a time where it was just like, what the hell is this? You know? I agree with Pac-Man. Grow your own if you can, but honestly, they're good seeds are probably hard to come by. But, also I am not advocating anyone to do anything illegal. Take your own advice, live your own life, right? But, plant medicine, when used appropriately, can help. It's illegal in places, so do your due diligence, right? If you are in a space where it is legal, do your due diligence, have at it. If you are not in a space where it is legal, do not do it, right? Just to protect yourself. Says, I like that girl, but she takes more than one day to answer me. I think I'm cooked. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you might be. But that's okay. Like, honestly, I think it's weird, man. Like, we as men, I'm sorry if that was an assumption, uh, but let me speak from my experience. And if this translates to any meaningful considerations for you, let it be that. I, as a man, have just learned that as much as I may like a woman, if I like her too much and she doesn't like me, I'm not going for it. You know? Okay, cool. You know how it is nowadays. Now you got to preface everything. Like, I don't know why people take offense to it. Like, just clarity is fine, like just clarify and let's move on. But sometimes people genuinely take like offense to it. Like, yo, it's all good. Yeah, I think that, if a woman likes me, I'm a little more inclined. If I can tell that she likes me genuinely, then I'm a little bit more inclined. But if a woman won't jump over a curve-sized hurdle for me, I'm not doing it. I'm just no, like I'm sorry. Like it's the little things. And I think sometimes you can. He said, "Did you just assume my gender?" That's crazy. Right? Yeah, it's just one of them things where it's just like, do like I respect the game. I respect what it is, right? To a certain extent, it's just like not everybody is for everybody, right? And there are women who want a man that is going to provide for them as though they are their wives on the first date. They want a man to read their mind. They want a man to give them all of the luxuries. They want a man that will literally cater to their every whim. And they may very well find those men. And I am truly happy for them. I am. And at the same time, I, as a man, have my preferences, right? And it's this awkward game of chicken sometimes because some people don't know when to bow out, right? But sometimes people think that they can turn this person that they like into the person that they actually desire. And most times they cannot, right? You may very well find you a woman who provides you a green card, right? I don't know. I mean, if that's your thing, it's a little opportunistic, I'm not going to lie, but you could probably find that, right? So the reality of the situation is that sometimes people just have to be persistent enough and patient enough to find their match, right? There are men out there who want to, worship the ground that a woman walks on, which is, completely fine. I'm not bashing it at all. Like I'm just saying like, you know, people can find exactly what they want out of a partner. They just have to be patient and willing to go through those hurdles and those loops to find that genuine partner. And we also, in order to do that, we have to be willing to let go when we know it's not what we want. Like, trust me, I have had some connections where it was just like, oh, the companionship just feels so good. Like the companionship feels good. But the partnership ain't there at all. right? And the things that I know I'm looking for in a relationship, they're not really there at all. And I can feel myself, right? When I am like, oh, I am getting out of character, trying to fit myself into this mold that this woman wants because I like her a lot. Dare I say, I love this woman, but I can feel myself compressing and contorting to try and shape myself to be that little thing that she needs me to be in her particular vision. And if that's not who I am at my core, if that's not who I truly am and blossom into being, then I know that this isn't really going to work, right? And so I should respect myself and I should respect her and bow out, right? However you need to bow out, right? Let them know straight up, don't be rude, right? If you have to ghost, it's not recommended because, that can cause some internal conflict with various parties. But I mean, sometimes they don't really give you a choice. Sometimes they don't take no for an answer, or sometimes they will assume you mean one thing even though you're saying exactly what you mean verbatim. I've learned that sometimes people can just hear what they want to hear regardless of the facts you're presenting them with. And so sometimes, yeah, you might just have to bow out. You might just have to go ghost and just never return. But protect your sanctity. Not necessarily that we must not change ourselves for them. The right woman is worth changing for, right? But you have to know who and what she is requesting you to become, right? And you have to find the partner, you have to find the woman that will lead you into becoming a greater version of yourself, right? Learning the difference between companionship and a relationship took me too long to work out. Wasted 13 years on a relationship that was just more of a good friendship. I'm sorry to hear that, Dante. Yeah, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time spent. I don't ever like to look at partnerships, relationships, companionship as a waste of time. I would say that was a 13-year lesson. Sometimes it takes people more years than others to learn a lesson, but the lesson is important all the same. And so don't fault yourself for taking a long time to learn that lesson. Don't regret it. Learn from it, accept it, allow yourself to move forward. Give yourself the grace to move forward and to truly appreciate and think about it, self reflect on it with genuine appreciation. Because when you do that, you'll continue to glean additional insights from it across your journey rather than seeing it and continuously feeling spited by it, right? It's very indicative of this quote that I heard of skiers, right? When Olympic or professional skiers are like skiing down the mountain and weaving through trees, right? And it's like the skiers that crash are the ones that are looking at the trees. They're the ones looking for the trees. The skiers that make it all the way down the path are the ones looking for the path, right? So if you continue to look at that past experience as something negative, then you'll just continue to glean negativity from it. Whereas if you were to look at it with positive self reflection as a lesson and with appreciation, you'll glean greater lessons from it that will help you to become a better version of yourself for whoever you're actually meant to be with. Yeah, yeah. So that's my random thoughts on that. Marcus, what's up? Peace and blessings. If you could instantly become an expert in something, without putting in the work, what skill would you choose? That is a fascinating question. If I could instantly become an expert in something without putting in the work, what skill would you choose? Hmm. Like one specific skill, but like not like a domain of skills, but one specific skill? Speech? Speech is a pretty good answer. I was thinking agriculture. I was thinking agriculture or I did think finance too. Uh-oh. But then I also thought about like the nature of finance and I'm just like in this world, in this day and age, yes, yeah, it makes sense. I get it. I understand why that would be the answer and I was drawn to that as well. But I was thinking about something that could supersede a circumstantial society kind of experience, right? And I think in the human experience, in the broadest arc of it, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, agriculture could be a beneficial skill set to have because you could, grow your own food. Even that you could monetize, right? If I was a professional within the space of agriculture, like I saw a video one day and it said like a, a beekeeper makes like $4 million a year selling honey, right? And so like there's aspects of agriculture that would benefit, and I imagine I would be able to figure it out, right? Because if I at least have the agriculture part down, surely people are hungry and they'll want the food. So it's just a matter of time figuring out how to monetize it and get it to them. But you need to own your land and grow food. Yeah, probably. Probably that is the case. Not probably, but yeah, factually. With finance, you need to be in a dynamic where you are afforded financial opportunity. It's harder to get started. It would be harder to get started. But I just kind of like the idea. Like, and it just feels like a hard reset from where I'm at currently. Because, like, we're so engrossed in all of the technology. We're so engrossed in the capitalism. We're so engrossed in, just this fast paced, like digitally, um, like hyperactive experience. And so agriculture just feels like something that would help me to reset and like get back in touch with the earth and like, just thinking about being able to like do permaculture and like just growing my own stuff. Like I think that would just be so amazing. Like endless blueberries? You mean to tell me I can have endless blueberries and kale and all of the things? Like, that would be such a godsend. Like, think about how much money you spend on food. If you could just grow a lot of it, you know, have a farm, have some chickens, have some cows, have whatever you need, right? But man, like that would be amazing to just kind of have expert level agricultural skills. Yeah, I feel that, Wellnut. With good speech, you can convince anyone to get anything, right? Money, land, women's fruits. That's also fair too. Um, I just also like I recognize a part of my character. Like I'm not very much of a convincing person. Like not to say that I'm not convincing. It's more so like I struggle to I struggle with the art of convincing someone because I want someone to inherently or innately desire something. Like I want the people who innately want me. I want the community who innately gravitate to me. I want to um, commission this artwork from an artist who innately wanted to create that art, right? Like I don't want to have to convince people to do things. I do recognize that that's the world that I live in, but I'm just thinking in an idealistic sense here, right? Because it is very idealistic to say if you could instantly become an expert in something, right? So I put myself in an ideal world with that ideal scenario. Start out hobby level, grow indoors in pots. Y'all look at this plant. I think I started inside a little bit. I'm a little plant daddy. I got like 12 plants around the house, but like nothing to eat. Like edible stuff you gotta really grow outside, get that sunlight. You said women already starts life with speech at 100? I don't know about that one. No offense to them, but if talking at 100, no, not speech. Oh man, no shade. That's not a plant. That's a forest. That's hilarious. It's one plant, which is crazy. One plant with a pot sitting behind my desk. And it got like that because all of my smoothies, ironically, I have a Lomi composter. And so all of the bananas that I use in my smoothies, I'll take the banana peels, I'll put it in my composter. I get basically immediate compost in like less than a couple of hours. And then I'll put that compost in the soil, and then it really makes my plants happy. So it's a win-win-win. Less food waste, compost into house plants, cleaner oxygen around the apartment. It's nice. It's not bad. If I had a one-way time machine, would you choose to travel to the past or to the future? I used to think to the future all the time. Genuinely did. To a certain extent, I don't know if it would matter. Just because of like the cyclical nature of our world. Like I see the patterns and I understand society's rise and fall and the color of it, the dynamics of it, and all of those things. They might differ here and there, but the arc of how things unfold seem to cycle in perpetuity, right? And so there are certain things that might feel fascinating to me for a given moment, but then when I really think about it, I'm just like, how much does it really matter, right? Like, okay, say I jump forward 1,000 years, I get to see, the flying cars and the, genetically modified humans and the physical holographics, and we get teleportation and, matter generating 3D printers, whatever it is, right? It's like, okay, that's kind of cool, but then how quickly would that novelty take off? Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, definitely get some sleep. 3 a.m. I appreciate you for rocking with me so far. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for being here. Remember to subscribe so we can get you back around this side and you get the notifications about the new performance recordings I drop. But yeah, appreciate you being here and rocking with us for a while. Would it be teamed up with Cher in a duet or Sting? That's hilarious. Cher. I'm gonna go with Cher. But yeah, to finish my answer to your question, Marcus, at this point, I don't know, maybe I would say the past just for today. Oh, thank you. Maybe I would say the past, and that's only just with slight intrigue to see what the BC era might have been talking about, especially the moment when the switch flipped, right? Like maybe go to Jerusalem, see what was happening around there before the ADs started, just out of curiosity. um, yeah, maybe the ancient Egypt or something like that, or maybe when they were like building out the not just the pyramids, but like all of the things around the planet at that time, all of those structures across the planet. Fascinating stuff there. Mark, what's the most unnecessary thing you spend money on that brings you joy anyway? Software subscriptions. Stupid ass software subscriptions. I'll tell you that. Them things are a waste of money. Not a waste of money, but it's just like sometimes you set it and forget it, and they just eat your wallet up. But yeah, it's just to the point now they can't, you know. All right, well, Nut, it was a pleasure. Definitely, thank you for being here. Yeah, I'll likely log. Oh, it's already 9 o'clock. I was I was looking at the clock, thinking to say, "Oh yeah, I was gonna tell y'all I'll log off at like 9 o'clock," thinking it was like still like 8:50. It's already 9:01. So, but yeah, I'll probably log off here in a second here myself as well. Definitely fun chopping it up, chilling with y'all for a bit this evening. I gotta eat something. I'm definitely feeling it now. Hello from Serbia. Milos, what up? So just to kind of give you the rundown, I go by Mr. Wildenfree. I'm a lyrical performing music artist. I've created a brand new song every single day this month, right? So it is now the 26th. It is the 26th. I've created 26 songs this month, and they are available on a playlist on my YouTube channel, or at least the performance recordings of me in the creation of each of these songs every day this month. And that's a really exciting thing, and I would love for you to check it out. If you like what you hear, if you like hip hop, if you like thoughtful lyrics, if you like lyrics and that's introspective, a little bit of self reflection, motivating, inspiring, a little bit of encouragement. If you like gratitude and grace, if you like uh, technological awareness, right? Introspection and the deep things, I think you would enjoy my music. Let me just say that. Today's song topic got pretty deep. It got all the way to transhumanism, which is like human augmented through technology type thing. Fun and appreciative to see the process each day. Yeah, no, thank you. And it's fun sharing the process with you all, Definitely. I'm making the post now for today's song. Produced by AG Dynasty. Just making sure I do this now so I don't forget. Can't forget. Can never forget that. That's all we got. A famous sci-fi play. Interesting. Yeah, I might have to check it out. Oh, wait. Why is that going to YouTube? I shouldn't. Let me double check. I don't think it's going. Yeah, why is that going to YouTube? Don't publish that to YouTube. I published to YouTube separately. So it's the landscape view. Awesome, Marcus. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll be hopping off here in a second myself. I just wanted to make sure I posted the song so that way y'all have access to it as soon as I get off this stream, So once y'all hop off this stream, y'all will also see February 26th available in that FF25 playlist. So that'll be cool. That'll be a cool thing for y'all. And the lyrics are available as closed captions, just so y'all know. All right, take care. To those hopping out of the chat now. Pac-Man, yeah. Foreshadowing? A forewarning? I'll be coming up with the most random titles attempting to help people find these videos. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see. Ideally it does, but I ain't tripping about it too much. I feel like I need more water. I need more water. My eyes are burning. I've been staring at these bright lights for like 7 hours. Yeah. We are almost there. We are quite literally almost there. Don't give up. Just make this video post. Wish these people a good night. And then I'll go sit down, eat a proper meal, decompress. And then we have 2 days left. 2 more days in this experience. At least for the creating a brand new song every day part. I will be live streaming quite frequently. I will not leave y'all out of this loop. We are in it for the long haul. All right, cool. Hit done on that. Hit next on that. We want the little end screen. And I feel like I gave this plenty of room. So we going to extend those. Thank you, Pac-Man. I appreciate that encouragement. You know, just, yeah. The best way, let me go back in here real quick. The best way is to just take it one day at a time. Just take it one day at a time. Save. Let's add those subtitles in here. Let's add the lyrics. Let's get those lyrics in here. How was I even attempting to spell this? I'll put it in parentheses. All right, here we go. Copy that. Uh-oh. Why is it not letting me do the thing? Why is it not letting me do the thing? Let me do the thing. Discard changes. Uh-oh. All right, I'll come back to the lyric part. Clear. Continue. Done. What? Okay. Okay, there you go. Copyright. Nope, nothing. All right. Cool. All right, the video is published. And we have pushed it to socials as well. So we should be good. Awesome. Awesome. All right, you all. Well, it's been fun. Your boy is tired. It's that time for me. I'm going to go and unwind. Sip on some tea, eat a little plate of food, drink some water, sit on the couch, maybe watch an episode of anime. And yeah, call it a night. Call it a night. It's been great. Thank you all for today. I will see you all again soon. Why doesn't my hairline match the forehead? You are hilarious, Aztec Warrior. I know you've just been in here consistently trolling and I shouldn't be paying you attention, but sometimes you do. You catch me right at that moment where I just read your message out loud, knowing I shouldn't have. And sometimes you just gotta take the L. So I will graciously take that L. And I will say I will see y'all next time. All right, y'all. I gotta find OBS to quit. To turn this stream off. All right, y'all.